Hey y'all, I'm back. And yes, my hair's trimmed. I think I did an okay job, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna redo it once I'm done this video. So, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the seizure I had back in 2011. And yeah, here we go. So, it was January of 2011, and I was finishing up the first semester of my grade 11 year, so, and it was like 2 weeks before exams, so that. And the second week of January, I got sick, and I was at school for one day, then I was like really sick, and I know like nobody likes going to school, but I was like hoping that would be okay for Friday because I had this drama project that I really wanted to present with my group, and I couldn't. And I was still really sick, and my mom was like, "Oh, you can't go into school today, you're still sick." But I'm like, "I want to go because I want to do my drama project." And so I stayed home, and then didn't I had my exam like the Tuesday or the Wednesday, I can't remember. And for all of y'all who live in Canada, you know what it's like with the snow, and this year the snow was like piled higher than me, and I'm 5'2". And like my mom let me out the door. I was feeling better to go take my exams, and so I went. And just as I'm walking along the path, I go, "Oh, the snow's taller than me." Pretty much everybody's taller than me because, like I said, I'm 5'2". So, anyways, I go and I sit. Like I catch the buses to school because I could either take 2 or 3 buses to school because I would have to take the ETS, the 108 to Lewis Farms. For this is for like anybody who lives in Edmonton and should know the buses. And if y'all are watching this that live in Edmonton, you'll know. And if you live in the States or the Hamptons, you know the bus route there. Like you know the buses for that. And then I could either get onto the 4, and oh wait, no, it would be 3. It would be 3 or 4, I should say, because I would take either. Wait, I can't remember. This is like 7 years ago, and I think the 108 would turn into the 4, or the 108 would just like do its loop back around or something. And so, anyways, I could get into the 4, go to the mall, catch the bus going past the high school I went to, and so we go. Like I get on, and I had to write 3 tests in the matter of a day. I had to write my social final, my gym final, and the CCAT. And for all y'all that are gonna be watching this, yes, it is pretty stupid that we had to take a gym test, and it wasn't like where we had to like do laps or anything. That was kind of like at the start of the semester when you're taking it, where you have to do a 2.5K run around like the block that has the school. I love how I have my arm up, and I'm like rapping, like doing a circle, and like it's all camera and you can't see it up until I just showed you. And so this is like where you actually had to like sit down and physically like fill in circles and stuff. It was really weird. And so I missed that. So instead of having a break in between my social final and the CCAT, I had to do a test. And so I go into the gym during my social final. I'm sitting there right away. All of a sudden, my eyesight goes blurry, and I was like, okay, just as like my eyesight's blurry as it was as I was reading a question. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna quickly finish this. I don't want to be in here longer than I have to. So I go out. I go see my gym teacher who's like walking, and I was like, oh, when can I write my gym test? And she's like, oh, just give me a second. And I was like, okay. So I sit back down. And then I was eating lunch with my friend before I saw my gym teacher, and like I finished eating. We're talking, saw her, and then she was walking back to the gym. I followed her, and we go into the gym, like, and then I'm in the gym teacher's office, and then her and the male gym teacher, the one who teaches the grade 10 male gym class, and he also teaches the other, like the co-ed other classes too. And Dubik, my female gym teacher, didn't have a class. So she asks, "Oh, can she sit out there?" And then I can't remember his answer. He's like, "No, it would be preferred to sit in here because I don't want to mess up for the CCAT this afternoon." She's like, "Okay, so here you go, start writing." They asked if the music's gonna bother me, and I said, "No, it's not," because this is like really weird about me, is because if I'm concentrating hard enough, I can tune out everything around me and focus what I'm focusing on. And so I get to a question I didn't understand, and I asked my gym teacher, I'm like, "Oh, can you explain this to me? Because I don't get it." I'm looking at her, and she's talking to me, but I'm not hearing anything. Now, you're probably thinking, how do you know she's talking to you? And I said, and I was looking at her right in her face, and I saw her mouth moving, but no sound was coming out. And so I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not going to ask again, because they're probably going to think, oh, I'm being a typical 16-year-old, and I'm going to, like, they're probably thinking, oh, she's being a typical 16-year-old and not paying attention. So I just finished the test, said thanks for letting me write it, go back out. Sat back down with my friend, and we were talking before we had to go write the CCAT, so I'm looking on the board where I was sitting, couldn't find myself for like a couple minutes, and found myself, went up there, I was sitting at the front, and for all of you that are watching this and don't understand how like finals work, I know this is how it works in Edmonton, I'm not sure how it works anywhere else, is that you sit in alphabetical order by your last name. It's pretty much like how attendance is taken. So I'm sitting there, and I'm taking the test, and you have like a certain time limit to finish each section, and the grade coordinator said to us before we started the test that if you don't finish this on one of your spares next semester, you're gonna have to finish taking it. And I'm like, I'm probably not gonna finish this in the time required, so I'll give up my spare to finish it. And then like the test goes on, and it gets to the math portion, and I suck at math. Math and I are not friends. We do not like each other. We hate each other. And so I finished like I finished like a couple answers, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna finish this in my spare next semester. And then she's like, okay, time, go to the next portion. I'm trying to find the next part of the test, and I can't find it. And it's two-sided, so do I have something? Okay, hold on. I'm sure. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to reach. So there's one piece of paper. So it was like this, just like this piece of paper right here, and I'm flipping it back and forth, trying to find it, and I'm pretty sure I look like an idiot flipping this page over. I raised my hand. That's how I raised it. I was like, she comes over, and I said, "Where's the next part? I can't find it." And I was literally feeling so stupid, because I'm like, it has to be on the back side of this page. Did I get more size to this test because this teacher doesn't like me? And then I looked at her, and this is the last thing I remember before I blacked out. And I was like, and then she's talking to me, I can't hear what she's saying, but her mouth's moving. Next thing I know, I see a bunch of black, and like, it's darkness, completely random, and the only color I see is a blue jacket. And I know it's my stepdad. I'm like, okay, he's here. Put my head back down. And then, like, you know when you're in that state of, like, you're awake, but you don't open your eyes? That's how I was in, because I was in the hospital, and I feel someone's arms underneath my boobs. I'm like, okay, that's either my mom, my dad, or my brother. I don't know how they knew. I don't even know how I knew they were there with me. And then, like, I rolled onto my side, and I saw the needle in my arm, like, right in there or something. And I brought it up, like, how it's being held, and I said, and I rolled over because I just wanted to sleep. I'm being a complete and utter bitch at this point. And I hear my dad say Nisa, and I go, no! And I was like, demon child, according to what my mom said. And my mom told me that, oh, they were asking if I took drugs, and my mom was like, no, she's not that kind of person. So I wake up, and I'm like, why am I in the hospital? Last thing I remember is being in school, in the gym, writing a test. And then they're like, yeah, you had a seizure. And my doctor happened to be really cute at the time. He, like, I don't even know if he still works at the Stollery Children's Hospital in Edmonton. That's at the U of A, for all y'all who don't know. And so, anyways, my mom, he asks me, oh, do you want popsicle or orange juice? I said popsicle. My dad said Nisa, and I said please. My mom said that's our girl. And he leaves, and my mom goes, he's really cute. I'm like, yeah, he is. He gives me a popsicle. I eat about half of it, and then I don't remember getting my boots on, my Uggs on, and I don't remember getting off the hospital bed. I remember walking, because if you walk into the Stollery, well, not the Stollery, because I was still a minor at the time, so I was in this kids part of the hospital. It's the U of A hospital, to be exact. And if you ever walk in there, you see that there's a hand sanitizer post, but it's kind of halfway-ish in between where the doors and the rest of the downstairs is. So we go in, and we're leaving. I don't even remember getting into my dad's car. I don't remember the ride home. And I wake up just as we're about to turn to where our house was. And I'm like, what? And then my dad's walking, I don't even remember getting my boots off. I don't remember walking in the house. I don't remember walking, I don't remember walking in the house. I don't remember taking my boots off. I remember going up the stairs and someone behind me. Then I remember lying in my bed, and my cat Tigger, follows me, and he lies on top of my head. And he's like, yeah, this is where the problem is. I'm fixing the problem. I slept pretty much all day, woke up, went downstairs. My mom and my stepdad were in the kitchen. My dad and brother come over with food for me and W, chicken fingers. And I'm eating, and I'm staring at the aisle, the kitchen island where the sink is and the dishwasher. I'm just staring at it as I'm eating, because I don't want to stare at anybody else, because I know that I don't even have to know. I don't even have to look at them to know that they're worried about me. And I'm like, I don't remember anything. I told them what I remembered, and I'm like, I don't remember going to the hospital. I don't remember anything. And then I was told that I didn't have to finish the CCAT, and I didn't have to write my final science exam. And I was told that my science teacher, Mr. Argent, and if any of you in Edmonton have him as a teacher, he is awesome. I love him. He's one of my favorite science teachers. And I was told that he called into the school board to say, oh, yeah, she had a seizure, and my voice is cracking because this is hard for me to talk about. And at the time, anyways, hold on. That's a different thought. And he's like, yeah, she had a seizure. I don't want to put any more stress on her. And I was told that I didn't have to write them. So I go in, I get the rest of, because I only had the 4 exams that I had to write, and I wrote 2.5 of them. And then I had my science one, and then I was off the rest of January, then semester started in February. And so me and my stepdad and I are going to McDonald's, and he's like, oh, we can go pick up your books for the next semester. I'm like, I actually have to drop off my textbooks from last semester before I can pick up the new ones. So the next day, or we go back home, pick up my textbooks, go to school, and one of my friends is sitting in the core with a group of hers, and she waves. We wave. My grade 10 science teacher, Mr. Voigt. No, not the relation to John. And no, he's not related to John Voigt. And he's like, oh, okay. And we're talking, and my stepdad's like, because I asked, oh, do I have to write the tests? And then he's like, I don't know. And then my stepdad's like, no, you don't have to write them. So then the rest of January goes by. February comes, and I'm like, okay, I can get to school. I'll wait for the bus. My confidence is slowly starting to die down, because I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. Just starting to worry, be like, yeah, no, I can't do this. Get to the school. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. But I'm like, no, I'm sucking it up, going in. Everyone was asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. And then my one friend, Katrina, she hugs me and says, I don't want you to die. I'm like, who said I'm gonna die? I'm like, I'm not dying yet. This bitch ain't dying yet. And then I had a spare after my math class. And the principal, and I'm thinking to myself, the next person who comes up to ask me if I'm okay, I'm gonna freaking smack. And the next person who comes up is the principal, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I'm just tired of people asking me if I'm okay." Because I just wanted to get it over with. And so every time a test would come up, I would get like really anxious and like, I can't do this. But I got extra time on tests. And then finals rolled around. And I was like, the math final showed up, and I'm talking to a friend of mine in the class, and he's like, we're talking, and then one of the science teachers, Mr. Fowler, comes over, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I was until now." And I started like panicking and freaking out. And no, it was my English test, not my math. And then before like I went into the gym, Mr. Balsari said, "Oh, if you need me, ask a teacher come and get me, and they will." I'm like, "Okay." Bro, like I think I got like halfway through it, and then I'm like, "Okay, I can't do this now." Raised my hand. One of the teachers came over and I'm like, "Can you get Balsari for me?" And she said, "Why?" And I'm like, "He said that if I needed him, I could ask one of you guys to go get him." So she went to get him. He said, "Come on, let's go." And I was just like so scared, I was shaking. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Bye.